Christian characteristics on Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking about another characteristic that we need to have as Christians in order to honor God. And the characteristic we're focusing on today is the characteristic of loyalty. In order to follow Christ, we know we have to be loyal. We have to be loyal to Him, and we have to be loyal to our faith. It is so easy to be led off and astray by other people or by the things of the world if we're not loyal. Loyalty, to me, it seems like it is a hard trait to have in today and age, because very few people are loyal. Years ago, when I was growing up, my mom was starting work and my grandmother were working. People worked their jobs for years. They work a job 20, 30 years to get a job. It'd be their first job, and they stay there until they retire to get their pension. Now, things are not that way. A lot of young people get jobs and they immediately change jobs, and they quit, they move on to somewhere else. No one has loyalty to a company anymore, and I'm not going to tell you to be loyal to a company anymore, because things have changed, and companies are not as loyal to their employees as they were 30, 40, 50 years ago in the era in which I'm talking about. But we're talking about loyalty as far as a Christian characteristic, and when we are being loyal to someone, that means we are being faithful to them, we are being honest with them, we're sticking by them no matter what. We think about loyalty a lot of times in the essence of friendship, being loyal to a person, being loyal to your calling. The person I want to focus on about this characteristic today is the character of Ruth. Our biblical character is Ruth. Ruth was loyal. She was loyal to her mother-in-law, even though her husband had, and there was no reason left for Ruth to be with Naomi. She had little, very little going for herself. And when she gets ready, she decides to go home. We remember the story that she tells Ruth and Opal, which was her other daughter-in-law, that she could leave. She said, y'all go home. I don't have more sons for you. Thank you for all you've done. I'll paraphrase. You may leave, but yet and still Ruth is like, no. She said, where you go, I'll go. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. And so that is the premise in which she used in order to stay loyal. She was loyal to her mother-in-law. She was loyal to the faith in which her mother-in-law belonged. So when we look at the characteristic of loyalty in the essence of a Christian, Ruth was loyal. Even when they got back home and she had to go work and glean in the fields in order to help provide for her and her mother-in-law Naomi, she still didn't go back. We know she was a single woman. Although she was rather nice looking, she was not raised in the Christian faith. She could have gone off and did all manners of evil or good, or just went on and saw about herself, but she chose not to do that. Instead, she chose to remain loyal to Naomi, to her mother-in-law. And we know the great blessing which she received for doing that. That was the character trait we wanted to talk about today. The Christian trait, loyalty. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you again on our next Christian Trait Tuesday.